Right now, I'm talking to you from a village near Yangshuo in China. I've just started to discover that the roles between me and my family back home in the UK are now beginning to reverse. I'm seeing images of Bristol, the city near where they live, and it looks awfully similar to what I've seen here in Yangshuo over the past few months. So this really is a message to my family, friends, and whoever else is watching back home to share the experiences and what I've learned through the last 3 months of quarantine here in Yangshuo. I'm not any sort of expert in the field. I've just been through what you're about to go through. Plan for a long-term lockdown. In China, we were told the schools and shops would close for 2 weeks. That was extended to 4 weeks, and then 6, and then 8, and so on. A lot of them are still closed. So it's going to be mentally challenging. I'd say that's the biggest problem, the biggest difficulty that people will face unless you are directly affected by the virus. So give yourself some sort of purpose, deliberately set yourself a goal, whether that is teaching yourself something new, like 2D animation, starting the business that you've been meaning to start, or just playing an Xbox game on a hard difficulty. Like give yourself a goal and stick to it. Make a conscious effort not to read every news update that's going to be posted. It's just going to make you stressed and anxious. What you need to do is focus on being inside. That's the most important thing you can do to protect your family and your community. Knowing the numbers and statistics isn't going to give you any sort of help in getting through this.
Wow.
Wow, 谢谢。
谢谢奶奶。是你自己做的
太大方
吗？
了。很不错。That lovely Nai, just came and gave us some Aibaba, which are her little homemade snacks that she made.
要不要？
现在不要，我饱了。
今天晚上吃嘛。
哦，可以。We set up the camera here, like we've never spoken to her before, and she just saw us and come out with some snacks to give to us, and is going to bring us some more right now. Our lovely woman. Anyway, I kind of lost my train of thought. The estimates are all well and good, but try and go with the flow. Don't rely on them too much and get disappointed when there's another 2-week extension. We found ourselves were a lot more clear-headed once we switched off the news completely. We were able to get better night's sleep. So yeah, you don't want 2-3 months of stressful, anxious thoughts just because you're reading news all the time. Media is really great at grabbing attention-seeking headlines, but don't be tempted to share just the headlines. Research it properly. They've become extremely good at this, at getting people's attention, but it's not always with the intention of sharing the news. So just remember that as you're reading things online. Consciously look after your health. Go to sleep at a reasonable time, eat 3 meals a day, all that good stuff. Replace scrolling on your phone with a more beneficial activity. Don't let yourself fall into bad habits. I actually had a fever during the height of the outbreak. Luckily for me, it turned out to be just that. If this happens to you, act rationally. Wait 24 hours, see what happens. If it worsens, go to hospital. Don't let anyone leave the house, including yourself, definitely. Obey your government. Yes, it sucks to be stuck at home all day, to only be able to leave the house for exercise or whatever restrictions are in place, but they are there for a reason. They are there to protect your community and your country as a whole. Don't share negativity with the people you're sharing the house with. You're all in this together, so act like it. Complaining has no positive effects on those around you. Everyone knows the situation is bad. Try and be a shoulder to lean on and help those around you. I probably don't need to say this to most of you, but take it seriously. When you get home, wash your hands. When you go outside, wear gloves and don't touch your mouth. That's why a face mask is really useful. When you come back home as well, you can separate the things that you wear for outside, leave them in a different room that you only enter when you're going outside. Keep those parts of your lives separated. It's not being paranoid or overthinking it, it's just being wise and careful. The situation in China improved because 99.9% of people accepted their role in this and did what they had to do. They struggled through together. Just be intentionally grateful for those things that you have around you. The guitar in your room or the books on your shelf, the loved ones beside you. Focus on what you do have and not what you don't. Know that the world is not ending. If the country with the largest population in the world can overcome this, then yours can too. Just hang in there. I know it's a tough time, but it is not forever.